Hello, is it audible to you?
Yeah, it is audible to us.
Okay, correct. Okay, so let us first. Okay, yesterday we have discussed the concept of what you can say form validation, right? Now, right. Now let us work with the concept of CRUD operations, and later we can see at a time the output. Or else, let us do one thing. Let us first run the output. Mm, mm. So here we want to maintain a group of records, irrespective maybe product or employee or anything. So let us change here rule operations. Then so like as yesterday or okay somewhere else we have written interface separate where we can place all the required properties at one place under one name and that accessing. The same way here, let us create, first let us change here. Okay, so then come out of that component interface. Okay, let us write something person record full name email address, mobile number, okay. For timing, let it be like this three properties, and this we just wants to person, which is having its data type as person record. It is just up to only one particular record. But if we want to make it a group of records, then how? So let us create a new property. Name it as person list or anything which it can hold a group of properties, and based on each and every record, that is group of records, and each record is having group of properties. As we are working with the concept of group of things, that is in format of an array, so we just we just use the concept of an index also. So these are the required things, and we want to initiate now. I just create a user defined, then let us write the title, and then set defaultly index as 0, and then give a call to person property which it can have full name, email address, mobile number. This is a definition. We just given a call in the constructor itself. So up to this point we are ready. Then now come to the point of designing. Then again we come back to the functional part. All the properties are under the person. So you just have to access person dot full name, person dot email address, person dot mobile number. So in the first column, I want to make it okay. Here we want to design a table with table class equals to table hyphen bordered and table hyphen stripped. Then so right here full name, input type text, then name. This property directly that you are accessing from the person dot full name and value. Additionally, you have to take an input from the user. So to take a value from the user, to take the value from the user input, and the two, like as already we have done in template form with ng model, but that is just only instantly one record. Here you are going to group of values under the full name column, group of values under the email address column, right? When you observe column wise, full name, the number of values, John, Paul, Peter, and so on. So for that purpose, we are grouping inside that to accept the data or a value from the user. We are writing the event handler of ng model where this should save person dot full name. This is a concept that what we have to write in. We require a group of records, the group of records that we want to save. Of course, it's temporary or instantly only. It's not a permanent. And we missed TD now. So type equals to email person dot email address the same way, just right here. Then mobile number. Let it be text only. Anyway, we have given data type as string now. Then so we just create it as a button. When user clicks on this button, then it has to submit a form and has to save these details into the person list which we have written. Button, type button, and class btn space btn hyphen primary, and user is clicking. So when you come to the point of an angler with event handling, all event handlers that can be written opening closing parenthesis. Inside this, write a click and that equals to now. You are ready to save the details as soon as user clicks on this button. Okay, this has to be submitted now. Come to the functional part. As you have given a call to save record or something else, just come to the definition. Here we have to save each and every record in a new index. So first let us write with a small tweak, that the small tweak is especially related to the, it has to we can say, for each and every time a new entry is added and clicks the button, it has to change its indexing. I mean, change means add by one something so on uniquely. So let us write here index not equivalent to 0, and with the index equivalent to 0. Else, that is, we are just saying that index equal to 0, or else into the person list to add one by one. We have a push is a built-in function from the person, where a person is a combination of three properties which is getting the values that you are inserting in the given list. After all these things, you just giving a call once again to enter a new record. So once we are done with this, it will add the list of record one by one and into the person list, and we want to retrieve that records once we have saved. So that's why at right hand side, let us write a table class, table hyphen table space table border update table hyphen string. Then let us write head, tr, serial number or id. Then what are those fields? Full name, email address, mobile number. Three fields first. Let us write those things. Full name, email address, mobile number. Additionally, we can have an action inside under this. First of all, show persons list. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's why. So then, and we to display the records one by one. Already we have used one of the directive which is called star ngif, and here we are going to use ng for as a loop. So let us write tbody, then tr. How many columns? 6 columns. Then three, four, five. Now all the records are under the person list right now. So that's why we are just writing here a loop star ng for, and that equals to let some sample or temporary variable item of from the person list. Let I, and that equals from index. We are just fetching the default value first, what we have set, and from that you are asking first I. If you want, of course, it starts from 0, so even it will show 0 here. But if you want to make it an expression 0 plus 1, that is the first record, then Now from the person list, that means you can say item which you have copied a first record from the person list. You are extracting item dot full name, item dot email address, item dot mobile number. Additionally, now let us create a buttons. The meaning of this one is a record is displaying one by one. On which record that you are clicking that button, that index I will be given as a parameter to edit that particular record. One second for me, please. Then, of course, additionally, write the class also for button. Let us write here another button, delete button. Right here, first a class saying that btn space btn hyphen something, and then here button. So we are ready to even edit and delete. So when user clicks on edit, all the details of person list that should reflect to the input elements correspondingly. Okay. And when user clicks on delete, that particular record that should delete. So now let us write here. Let us write here. Then edit record of I or anything, any parameter. Sorry, a parameter that you have passed and that we are accessing here an argument. Now what you have to do, let us first change that index. Index is something considering as a other value, and from the person list you have to get into person. So person, and that equals to from the person list of from the person list of particular record through index you are fetching and reverting, sorry, assigning to the input elements of person. From that, as you have given save record, the same function which it will add, sorry, which it will edit that existing record into the, of course, it will edit the record in the existing data what we have of a particular record. So then write a delete. Delete record of I, then from the person list dot using a splice built-in function referring to that particular index and how many records, only one record that has to be deleted from the given array or group of items. This is how you can see the total output of CRUD operations. And then okay, let us run. We are done. Okay, we have to write now CRUD operations component here. And you can see from and then add here. So we can say CRUD operations. Okay, so then in this space, serve. Please wait, let us once it's done, we can see that output. Let us see that output. Localhost colon 4200 app hyphen CRUD operations, and whereas here we have written in Bootstrap with app hyphen the CRUD operations component, and then a in the recent version which we have installed, Angular 9 is having some debugs here. Even it's not yesterday, that is the successfully done. Now with property submitted does not exist type ng model. And actually this is having a wrong details. I mean, okay, let us see what is it errors we are having here. Property submitted does not exist on the ng model. Where is that this one? So do one thing. When you are working directly, don't go with the Angular version 9. It is having some debugs. Even though we have done properly and the syntactical is everything is correct, we have to just check once. Let us wait. Let us wait until unless it complete. We can't see an output now. Hold on for a few seconds. If it is at least giving, okay, let us do one thing. Same way, let us remove for time being in all the places. In this space, and then now let us see that output. Okay, to the input elements, so we can close this one. class, sorry, class form hyphen control. Form hyphen right. So something name, email, I have displayed the details, and then so we are able to add one by one, and able to see the records. When you click on edit of a particular record, that particular record details should reflect in the input elements. That's why we have done from the person list of an I, which is assigned to the person. Then here like this. And something if we are changing, that is updated. And if we click deleting. So all these four operations that we are working on this. Okay. So then with these concepts, now we even already have an idea about a node, Express also, and MongoDB, right? So, and now using an Angular, we will create an application which, like as we have done in the React, how we have done same way, but that we'll discuss in the next session. That is on Monday session. Anyway, I just have to create a sample. I mean, like as how we have created ng space new space app. Same way, I just have to create it. I just create an empty with a sample content. Sample content means sample application, and we will start the coding part in the next session. That is on Monday session. That is IST timing same 6 a.m. IST. Okay, right then. And that is the final point. I mean, once we done with that, with a combination of main stack, that is we can say Node, Express, Mongo, and DB. Sorry, Node, Express, Mongo, and Angular. Then we say that is the final point. So in the final coming in the coming week, it will be completed to the maximum 2 to 3 sessions it will take. Okay, right? Right then. Thank you and bye.